Okay, Shweta, today what I'm going to cover is I'm going to cover now so far in variance analysis. Are you receiving it clear? You're hearing me, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what we have covered so far is variance analysis. We have done direct materials, direct labor, and today I'm going to cover variable overhead and sales variance. Okay, which variable overhead is same with direct labor. It goes line in line. So as you
Okay.
see, there are two variances: expenditure and efficiency. And expenditure, this is the same concept as direct labor. Okay, what you do is in expenditure, it's just a price. It's just a change in the name. Now for direct labor, the first one is rate variance, but here it's a expenditure variance. And in direct labor, it was the efficiency, and it's the same here, right? The same concept. Nothing
Okay.
new. Nothing new. Okay. You use the standard rate for expenditure and the amount of the active hours. Active hours. Okay. Now remember, active hours for efficiency. Same thing. Nothing same as direct labor. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So just to understand, we'll do a question where I'll give you some time. Just I'm not going to time it. Just see if you can do it. Okay. Just try to do based on that understanding. We'll do it together. Just try to do it. Guys, were you able to calculate at least one or two? Shrita, were you able to?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, we'll do it together. Okay. Okay, tell me. Yeah. Okay, now here, now what is the first one? They are asking for the total variable production overhead. Okay, what is the variable production overhead? What is the variable total variance? How do you calculate it? Sridhar, I'm asking from you. Give me any idea. Anything. How do you calculate it? Or just give me the definition.
The actual one and the standard one's difference?
Exactly. Now, here, how many units have I produced?
6,400.
No. Don't get it right. Don't get it wrong. It's
Okay.
400 units. It says during period 6. So it should be
Oh, okay. 400. Yeah. Okay.
400 units. Okay. So
Okay.
for 400 units, what should now it's like this. This is like the overhead cost of products. It is as follows: at 2 hours at 1.5 means they are absorbing the overhead production overhead on labor hours. Okay, you remember
Yeah.
absorption cost. So they are absorbing based on the labor hours. So for 2 labor hours, they are absorbing $1.50. Okay.
Okay.
So here I have made 400 units. Okay. So based on my standard cost, how much should that be? 400 into
1,200. 400
1,002.
into 3.
400 into 3 exactly. So what is my actual cost, overhead cost?
1,230.
1,230. Okay, so what will be my overhead variance? What
Is
would
it
be my
30 adverse?
30 adverse? So that is my total overhead total variance.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now calculate me the expenditure. Expenditure is what? Expenditure is based on the rate, standard rate. Okay. So calculate me
Okay.
the production expenditure.
Hmm. Is it 20?
20. Hold on. Okay, now how many hours have I actually worked here?
820 hours.
No.
Is it
Labor
90?
force worked.
Okay. Yes, they
We have
will
worked
say. Yeah.
760 hours.
We have worked 760 hours, Reza. Because why?
Okay, idle time. Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
what should be my standard cost for 760?
1,140.
1,140, right, Shreda?
Okay.
Okay. But how much did it actually cost? How much is my actual variable overhead
1,230.
cost? 1,230 given in the question.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would be my expenditure variance?
90.
90, right? So should are you confused? So tell me if you didn't understand.
I didn't get it.
Okay. Now what is my actual hours worked?
760.
760, no? Okay.
Yeah.
So for 760 hours, how much should be my total labor cost at the standard rate?
2,280. No.
How did you get it?
No.
Okay. What is my labor cost per hour?
Per hour, it's 1.5.
1.5, no? Okay. How many hours? Yeah, per hour it's 1.5. Okay. But how many hours have I worked now?
760.
Okay. Now what is my standard cost? My standard cost per hour is 1.5 and I have worked 760 hours. Okay?
Okay, so 760 into 1.5.
1.5. Yeah. How much?
Okay, 1140.
1140. So what is my actual variable overhead?
1230.
1230. So what would be my variance?
90 adverse.
90 adverse. Correct?
Yeah.
Now clear. Okay, the third one. Okay. Now that is the efficiency. That means how for the actual unit, if I use the standard absorption rate and the difference between the standard absorption rate and the actual absorption rate into the number of units. That is, if for the same product, same unit, if I use my standard rate, and if I arrive at figure that the difference between that one and the actual overhead. Clear? So for 400 units, as per the standard, how many hours should I have worked?
800.
800, right, Shrila?
Yeah.
Okay, that's clear?
Yeah.
400 into 2, okay? But now the 800 means active hours, no idle time. Okay, but how many hours did I actually work?
760.
760, the active time. Now, what is my efficiency variance in hours?
40 hours.
40. Yeah. 40. Then I multiply it by what? Which figure?
1.5.
What? 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah. Shweta, are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So the variance would be
60.
60, right?
60.
Okay.
Favorable.
Now,
Yeah, favorable.
how much you got for A? How much you got? Yeah, favorable. So how much you got for A? How much you got for B? And how much you got for C? Yes. Check if the figures are right. You know how to check the figures are right. How?
They add up expenditure and efficiency.
Yes. Check if it is right.
Yes.
Yes. So you got the step side. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. In here I have mentioned direct labor, but it should be direct overhead. Okay, but the figures are correct. So this is how you arrive at the overhead variances.
Okay.
Guys, clear? Both? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is just a practice question. Okay. I just wanted you guys to understand it. So next time I'm going to time it and give it to you. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Here you go. I'll give you 7.5. Hello guys, it's time is up now. Cheka, you can hear us, right? Cheka? Hello. Cheka, are you there? Cheka, can you hear us? Hello. Hello guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hold on the side. I think, Shreda, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear, yeah, Cheka just, okay. Cheka, can you hear me? Cheka, can you hear us? Hello, Cheka. Hello, Cheka, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we were doing question. That is why you may have seen us silent.
Okay.
Right, okay. So, Cheka, it's like this. We are doing overhead, variable overhead. It's the same concept as direct labor. Okay? I'll try to explain this question. So, if you have any doubts, just tell me, okay?
No problem.
Okay, guys. Now tell me here. Okay. Okay, for part A, how much you got? Shredha, how much you got? Right?
72 AdWords.
For the first
B.
672 adverse.
672 adverse.
Okay. Okay. Shraddha, how much did you calculate?
912 adverse.
912 adverse. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now here what they want? They want the total variance overhead total variance. Okay. That means if I that means for my actual unit, for my actual unit, how much would be my cost based on the standard, and the difference between that one and the actual, right? Clear? Okay. Now here I'm been given that my actual rates are 560, right? But from that I need to calculate my standard cost for 508. I should know my standard cost per unit, right? Are you with me? For 560 units, I should know my first of all, for 500 units I should calculate my standard cost. But to do that, I should know my standard cost per unit. Okay, now from the details here, tell me what would be my variable overhead production cost based on standard. How much is it?
1,680.
1,000, no, per unit side I'm asking. Per unit.
Per unit is 6.
Unit. 6. $6 you said? Okay. What is my, now to arrive at my standard cost per unit, should I use my actual one or my budgeted one? Budgeted figures. Checker, what do you think? To calculate the standard standard cost per unit from the given figure, should I use the budgeted or the actual standard?
I think you should use the budgeted.
You should use the budgeted.
Yeah.
Okay. Now from these figures given, tell me what is my variable production overhead cost per unit. How much? What is my variable production overhead cost? What is my budgeted unit? And tell me what is my variable production overhead cost per unit for one unit. Okay.
Six.
It's 6. How you got it? You divide $3,120 by 520.
5.
Yeah. Check, are you clear?
I'm here. Yeah.
Is it clear how you got the standard cost per unit? You're fine, $6 per unit?
No, not really.
Okay. Now here I need to calculate my variable production overhead cost for one unit. Okay. Now what is my budgeted? Now as you said, it will be calculated based on budgeted or actual.
Same budgeted.
It's budgeted, right? So Checker, tell me here what is my variable production overhead cost? Variable production overhead cost. My total cost, budgeted. It's given in the figure. It's given in the table. How much? My variable production overhead cost, total, budgeted.
Total budgeted is 3,120.
3,120. Okay. So what is my budgeted production in units?
520.
520. So give me the variable production overhead cost per unit. How much?
6.
6. Okay, that is my variable production overhead cost per unit.
Divided by
It's
production.
$6, right? Okay, now that is the standard rate. Now we should calculate the total variance. Total variance is based on my actual figure. If for my actual figure, if I multiply it by the standard rate and the difference between that one and the actual, right? So what is my actual production units? What is my actual? Sorry. What is my actual production?
560.
560. So based on my standard, how much variable production overhead cost should I incur? Based on a standard. What is my standard per unit? What is my standard per unit?
6.
Is $6 per unit. Now actually I have
7.2. Actually, 7.2.
7.2. No. What I want is for my actual unit, that is 560. If I am to compared with my now, if I incur at my standard rate, how much should I incur in dollars? Now my standard rate
3360.
3360. How you arrived is at Cheka, you multiply your actual unit, which is 560, by $6. You calculated before. Got it?
Yeah.
Or are you still confused? 560 into still confused. Okay. You know how you got $6?
Yes, I know how we got $6.
Okay. Now what you want to do is, now you want to know what is total variant total overhead overhead total variance is. For the actual unit, if you incur at the standard rate, you arrive at the figure now. Now for the actual unit, if you multiply it by the standard rate, you arrive at say it's an X figure. That X figure plus the actual variable overhead, the difference between that is what is called the total variance. Okay?
Yes.
Still confused? Okay.
Yes, okay.
Okay. Just hang on. We'll do the question, and I'll tell you if you're confused with A, I'll tell you a shortcut way. Okay? Just get the concept right. What you do here is you for the actual units, you compare, you multiply it by standard rate, and you get the difference between that one and the actual. Okay, that is what is total variance. So here my actual unit is 560, and I have incurred, my standard rate is $6. Okay, so my standard variable overhead cost would be 560 into 6. Okay, that would give me 3,360. All clear with that?
Yes.
Okay, so what is my actual variable overhead now? How much have I actually incurred?
3,360.
No, Jacob, that's it. That is my standard. At my standard, yeah. What is my? Sorry.
You've incurred 240.
240. No. What I'm asking is, now you arrived at a figure at the standard rate, 3360. That is 560 into 6. Okay. That is if my actual rates are at the standard rate. Okay.
Okay.
So, but my actual overhead is what? how much I have actually incurred for as variable production overhead? How much? It's given in the question, Checker.
4,032.
4,032. Okay, that is my actual. So, what is the difference? What is the difference between my actual and my standard?
$912.
No. What is your standard? It's 3360, right? 560 into 6?
672, sorry.
672. Is it adverse or favorable?
That's adverse.
It's an adverse. Okay. Sreda, you are fine with it? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Side, I think you got it right. Your calculation was okay. It's right. You said 672, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, if it's confusing, just for the moment, just forget A. Okay, we'll go to B and C, and there's a way to figure out the figure based on B and C. Okay.
Okay.
Now tell me, for B, what you got? Sreda, how much you got for B?
I didn't do it.
You didn't do it. Side, were you able to do it?
No, but I think the answer is A. Based
No.
on the Marty calculation.
Answer is A. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now, what they want here is the expenditure variance overhead. That is, if I work for certain hours, okay, I worked for, say I worked, I actually worked, now in this question, I have worked for 2,240 hours. Okay. Now for 2,240 hours, if I incurred at my standard rate, the difference between that one, I multiply my actual one from the standard rate and the difference between my actual overhead. Okay. That means in other words, if I actually my actual work hours into the standard rate and the difference between standard rate and difference between that one and the actual cost. Okay. Now to figure out this one, I should know now how many hours I have worked. I have worked here 2,240 hours. Okay. Now to determine the standard rate, I should know the variable production overhead cost per labor hour. For 1 hour, how much should be my standard variable production overhead? How much is that? How much is that? My variable production overhead per hour. Oh.
Is it 2?
C.
Yeah, it is 2. Right?
Oh, sorry, yeah, 2.
2.
2.
Checker, you're fine? Is it 2?
Yes, I'm fine. It's 2.
Yeah, you divide 3,120 by 1,560. So that will give you $2 per hour. Okay, now tell me for 2,240 how much should I incur based on my standard rate? How much?
1120.
1120. Can't be, no, because if I have worked 2,240 hours and my standard rate is, if I multiply that by my standard, it should be higher, right?
4480.
4480. Right, are you clear? Yes. My actual hours are 2,240 and I multiplied that by my standard rate, which is my I got $2 per hour. Clear?
I don't understand.
Please ask. Okay.
You lost me.
Huh? You lost. Okay, okay. Let me go to the definition first. Okay. Okay, sorry about this. Here, expenditure variance is the difference between the standard rate per hour, the actual cost, and if the actual cost are actual cost, and if the units are worked in standard rate. That is what is expenditure is about. Efficiency is the usage. It's the same concept as labor rate. Labor rate. Okay, direct labor. If you remember the calculation the other day, you calculate the rate variance as well as the efficiency variance. It's the same concept here. The only change is rate. For rate here you use expenditure. Efficiency is the same. Okay. So here what in expenditure what we do is we want to see if our hours are worked at the standard rate, the difference between now for example the labor hours here are 2,240. Okay, and if this production over variable overhead is worked at the standard rate, okay, if it is incurred at the standard rate, how much would that be? And now to arrive at the standard rate, you should multiply 2,244 by some figure, okay, which should be the standard overhead per hour. Okay, expenditure overhead, once you multiply that figure, say it's X, the difference between X and the total variable production overhead cost. That is what is called expenditure variance. You see if your labor hours are worked at the standard rate, the difference between that, how much it would differ from your actual. That is what is expenditure. Overhead efficiency is if you for the unit, if you work at your standard rate, how much would that differ from your actual? Clear? Clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. Better than last time? Okay. Okay, so here the variable overhead, my actual labor hours are 2,240. Okay, now tell me if my variable overhead is incurred at my standard rate, how much would that be? It is. We calculate the first one. 4,480. Okay, so how much is my actual cost? How much is my actual? 4,032. So 4,032.
Yeah.
So that would be my variance. Okay, so that would be how much?
A.
Your figure is right. 448, right? Favorable.
A.
Yeah, A. So that is how you get your expenditure variance. Okay. Now how do you calculate the efficiency? Now for efficiency, I have worked this number of units. I should know for based on my standard, how many hours should I have should I have worked based on my standard, and I should compare that one with my actual hours, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So tell me for 1 unit, how many hours should I have worked? What is my labor hours per 1 unit? How many hours?
3.
3. That is, I have my budget is 1,560 labor hours. I'm going to produce 520 units. So that would be 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So for 516 units, how many hours should I work? How many hours should I work? 1,680.
1,680.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Shweta, it's fine? Shweta?
Yeah.
Okay. But how many hours did I actually take?
2240.
2240.
2,240.
Yeah. So what would be my efficiency variance in hours? How much would that be?
560.
560.
Adverse.
Yeah. Now now that is in hours, right? But they are asking in dollar terms.
Yeah.
So from which should I multiply? Now I have my efficiency variance. I have calculated in hours. Okay, but I should know my variable production overhead per hour. What is my variable production overhead per hour?
2.
2. It's 2.
Yeah.
Shweta, are you with me? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So my efficiency variance in dollars would be
1120 adverse.
1120 adverse. That is P. Okay. If you are confused with A, okay, say you don't know how to calculate it, but you know how to get B and C. So if you calculate B and C, you should get the total of it should be the total, right? So for B we got 540 favorable, and for C we got 500. Sorry, for B we got 448 favorable, and for here we got 1,020 adverse. So that is adverse 672. So you need not calculate it for now. You need not calculate for A. If you want, you could have done B and C, and if you know it's sure, you can straight away by adding those two, you can have got A. So that is how you save time. Is it clear for you both?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do one more question. Okay. So here is the solution. Okay, so I won't go much into it because I explained it. So we'll do a question. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes for this. Okay, guys, time is up. Okay, what you got for A?
Option B, 128 adverse.
128 A. Yeah, that's right. You both got the same answer. Yeah, you got B both, right? Okay, what for B? For B, question B. For question B, were you able to calculate?
102 adverse.
102. Okay. Shweta, is it the same answer you got?
No, I didn't do it. Yeah.
You didn't do it. Okay. You got the A part, right? Okay. Okay. So here, they are producing 400 units. Okay. 400 units. So what is my now they are asking for efficiency now. So what is my standard labor hour? Sorry, how many hours should I work? Now remember, guys, in most of the questions here, production overhead would be based on labor hours. Okay. So 400 into how much? Shweta?
4.
What is my labor hours per unit? It should be 4, right? Labor hours per unit, how much?
4.
4. So for 400 units, I should have been using how many hours?
1,600.
1,600. But I have consumed how many hours? How many hours have I consumed here?
1660.
1660. Right, that is good. So you have deducted the idle time. So the active hours should be 1660. So efficiency would be 60, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you multiply that by your standard rate. What is my standard rate per hour? What is my standard rate per hour?
1.7.
1.7. So that should give you 102 adverse. Okay, you calculated it. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, guys, I have now there are some questions. So I'm not going to do it now. I want you guys to do it. There are a lot of questions. It will follow the similar pattern. Okay, it will follow the similar pattern here. And I given the answers here, same. Okay, what we are going to do is I'm going to jump to a theory question. Okay, tell me what do you think out of these three would cause a variable production overhead efficiency variance out of these three? What do you think?
D.
D. Okay. Shweta, what do you think? Out of these three, what do you think would cause an adverse variable overhead efficiency? An adverse. What do you think?
I think first and the third one.
First and the third one.
Yeah. Option D.
Option D, right? That is the exact answer. Okay. So what will happen is if employees were of lower skill and if the material were poor, you need to do more rework, right?
Yeah.
So that means your production overhead would increase. But second one, unexpected idle time. Now tell me, do you for production overhead do you take idle time? You don't take idle time, right? You only take the active hours. So the answer should be D. That is 1 and 2. So here you go. Right. So I'm going to a new section. Sales variance. Okay. Now here again there are two variances. One is price and one is volume. That means if you sold the actual units at the standard price, the difference between that one and the revenue earned. But here you take only the contribution. Okay. That means if you know what is contribution is, right? Or you don't? Contribution, you know what it is?
Yeah.
No idea. Yeah, sales minus variable cost.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a budgeted contribution and you have actual contribution. So if your actual the difference between if you sold your your production in the standard contribution, with the difference between that one and the actual. So that is what is price variance is. Guys, all these follow the similar concept. Okay, the first one is the standard and other one is the usage or the volume. In other words, so second one is sales volume. That is the difference between difference between the actual unit sold and the budgeted quantity. forget about the second one. In terms of standard revenue, that is not relevant to you. But remember the first point: is difference between the actual units sold and the budgeted quantity. Okay. Any questions regarding this? Or shall we do a question and come? We will discuss any difficulties. Any questions regarding this, guys? Is it clear? Oh, you are totally lost.
No.
Side, what do you think? It's fine. Okay. Okay. Just try to do based on your understanding. Just try to. Yeah. I won't give you any time. Just try to do. I'll come back in say another 5 minutes. Just try and see if you can do it. We'll discuss this one. Okay, guys, were you able to calculate it for part A, the sales price variance? Were you able to calculate it? Sridhar, were you able to calculate it? Sai, were you?
No.
No. Okay. What we want to do here is price variance. That is, if we are to sell our units in the standard price or the budgeted price, the difference between that one and our actual revenue. That is what is sales price variance is. If we are to sell our actual units in the budgeted selling price, the difference between that revenue and our actual revenue. So that is what is 1,200. Yeah, that's the correct answer. So Sridhar, what you want to do is here. Sorry.
Favorable.
1,200 is the right answer. It is, yeah. Correct. Yeah, correct. Sridhar, so yeah, it's favorable side. The favorable difference. Yeah, we'll calculate it. So Sridhar, here what we do is, now how many units have we actually sold? How many units we have sold? 200. Okay. Now tell me my standard selling price. How much is my standard selling price?
70.
Okay. Now tell me, if I am to sell that 200, if I sold my 200 in that selling price, how much of revenue should I have earned? How much income I should get?
14,000.
14,000. But how many sales revenue did I actually get?
15,200.
15,200. So the difference between that is called the sales price variance.
Okay.
Because guys, here now just this is the catch. Now when you say, I don't know whether it's confusing for you when you sales price, volume contribution. When it's sales price, then the price is going to be fixed. Okay, you got it? The price is going to be fixed. That is $70. You are going to multiply it by the standard selling price. Okay. Volume now we'll go to the second one. Okay, so the sales price variance would be difference between 14,000 and 15,200. Okay, so that would give me a favorable variance of 1,200 because I have generated more revenue than was expected. Is it clear, Sridhar?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the second one, second one is a bit confusing. I agree. I'll explain it. Now second one, sales volume contribution is if you sell your sales at the budgeted contribution, the difference between that one that contribution and the standard contribution. Okay, now to arrive at that, I should know my budgeted contribution per unit. Okay, now tell me what is my budgeted contribution per unit. What is my budgeted contribution per unit? What is my budgeted contribution per unit? What is my contribution? What is my selling unit?
30.
It's 30. That is 6,900 divided by 230. So that would give me a $30 contribution per unit. Okay. Now, how many of now what is my budgeted sales? My budgeted sales volume is how much? How much was how much did I expect to sell? How much?
230 units.
230 units. And how many units did I actually sell?
200.
200. So, what is my sales volume, my variance? What is the difference? What is the difference between my budgeted sales volume and my actual sales volume? What is the difference? How many units? 30 units. That is an adverse. Yeah, adverse, right? Yeah, 30 units. It's an adverse.
Yeah.
Okay. So, to arrive at the sales volume contribution, I should multiply my sales volume variance in units by the standard contribution per unit. Now tell me the figure.
$90?
No.
900.
900 side. My sales volume variance is 30 units and my standard contribution per unit is okay. I'll show you the answer. So here you go. Okay. So remember, when it's price, you should multiply it by the standard price. If it's confusing you. If it sales volume contribution, then you should multiply it by the standard contribution. Clear? Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we'll do a question.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you time here. Now this one you need to think. This is not as straightforward as the previous one. And here, if you're confusing about CS ratio is the percentage between the contribution and the sales. Okay? If you don't know. Okay, now I'll give you 5 minutes. Guys, time is up. Okay. What you got for A? Part A? Sridhar, were you able to calculate? Yeah, side?
6773. Adverse.
Adverse. Okay, that means A. Sridhar, how much?
Yeah, A.
You got it? Yeah, A. Sridhar, were you able to do it?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Okay, Sridhar, tell me here. Now, in the first part, what you want to do? You need to calculate difference between what and what. What and what?
The prices.
Yes, I should compare. Okay, tell me what.
Standard price and actual price.
Standard price and actual price. Okay. Okay. Yeah. What should be the difference? I mean, from what revenue? What revenue should be the difference? What are the two revenues? Now there should be two revenues now to calculate the price variance. Tell me one revenue, how you arrive one revenue.
500 units and 521 units.
No. The price variance is if you sell your actual units in the standard price and the difference between that one and your actual sales revenue. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now tell me what is my actual, tell me what is my actual sales unit.
500.
No, my actual sales unit. My actual sales in units, how much?
521?
521, Sridhar, you got it wrong there. Now remember these keywords, okay? Now it says what this company period shows that it planned to sell 500 units at a price of 300. Plan means that is budget.
Okay.
Okay, and annual sales were, that means it's already done. Annual sales means annual sales were 500 units at an average selling price of this amount. So that is our actual sales unit. So my actual sales units are 521.
Okay.
Clear? Now, if I sold those units at my standard selling price or my planned selling price or my budgeted selling price, what is the revenue I should have earned?
It's a big number.
It's a big number. How much? Now what is my standard selling price? How much? Read the question, Shredha. Is the question very clearly? Just don't straight away jump to the calculation. Read the question first. You understand it, and then do the calculation. What is my standard unit price or my standard selling price per unit? How much is it?
300.
300. So if I am to sell my 500 units at my standard selling price, how much should I get? How much of revenue should I earn?
15,000.
So 521 into 300.
15,000.
521 into 300.
156,000.
One. Yeah, one.
Yeah, 156,300. Don't get the figures correct, okay? You have missed out one zero. That is why. Did you work in thousands?
Yeah.
You were working thousands. I said don't get me wrong, okay? I said work in thousands wherever it's possible. Now here it's I mean, since they haven't given any thousand figures, or else you can do like this. You can multiply it 521 into 300, and if that one you can in your if you are doing in a worksheet, you write it as 156.3. But remember that is in thousands. Okay, you on the top you put it as thousands. Otherwise you are going to misunderstand it. So in this question it would be difficult to say that to work in thousands. what I said to work in 1000 was if you are given say some kind of a revenue figure or cost figure which are very large amount, in that case you work in 1000. Okay, so here my expected revenue should be 156,300. Okay. Now tell me how much of revenue have I earned? My actual revenue, how much is it? Actual revenue?
149,527.
No, how you? 149,527. Now what is my actual sales unit? How much is it?
521.
521. Yeah. What is my selling price?
287.
287. So to get the revenue, I should multiply those two, right? Yeah, multiply those two, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that should give me 149,527. Okay, so 549,527 and 156,300. That would give my sales price variance. That is an adverse of 6,773, which is A. Straight, it's clear for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that is what I told you. Now what I said was, if you are given 5 minutes, there is no problem at all if you spend say 75 minutes of the time to understand it, because these questions are a bit difficult to understand. That is the nature of it. So get your figures and facts right and understand the question and then after that you do the calculation. Once you have now say for example, now here you need to calculate sales price variance is the standard revenue and the actual revenue. So use standard revenue calculated by you are given 521 and you are given the selling price. So you multiply that to you get the figure, and then you are given the average selling price. You multiply that to, and you from those two figures you get the sales figure. So have a kind of a mind map. Okay. Then you go to the calculation. Just figure out first how you are going to calculate it. Then once you have that kind of a plan in your mind, then you put the figures in. That is why I told you. I mean, if you are given 5 minutes, it's okay for you to spend minimum at least 4 minutes to understand the question, because calculations, I mean, it won't take, if you have the right plan, it's a matter of seconds. Okay. Now second on the side where you
answer is favorable.
The first one.
Yeah.
No, it's adverse.
Okay.
Because my expected revenue is 156,300, but my actual sales is 149. So I have earned less than expected.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Sales volume contribution. Okay. Now here, what you need to do is you need to calculate. First, this is how you think. Sales volume contribution. That means I first need to get my sales volume. Yes. Favorable, adverse. It's only one answer, right? It's A. Yeah, you're correct, side. So, Sridhar, what you need to do is, now here, this is how you should think. Sales volume contribution. That means I need to get my sales volume in units. Okay. For that, they have actually given the figure. It's okay. Now you should get. This is how you should take. You should get the sales volume in units. Then to arrive at the sales volume variance, you should multiply it by the standard contribution per unit.
Okay.
Okay, that is how you think. Then once you have that plan, it's very easy to do the calculation. Okay, so I get my standard volume in units. How much is my sales volume variance in units? How much is it? How much is my sales volume in units? 18
or 21.
21. Sridhar, you agree?
I don't get this.
Okay. What is my sales volume? What is my planned sales volume? How much is it? What is my 500? Okay. So now what is my actual sales units? I'm talking about units. Okay.
521.
521. So what is my sales volume variance in units?
21.
21 units. Okay.
Yeah.
So my sales volume variance is 21 units. Now I have got now in your mind you got one figure right. So you decided you need to calculate the sales volume variance, and then you need to multiply it by the standard contribution per unit. So one figure you got it right. Okay.
Okay.
21 units. Now what I have to do is I need to calculate my standard contribution per unit. Can you do that? From the given figures here, can you tell me what is my standard contribution per unit that is planned? That is planned, okay? Standard means planned. Now, have they given here anything related to contribution? Have they given it here? Something related to contribution? Have they given?
The ratio.
They have given the ratio.
Yeah.
Okay. So my budgeted CS ratio is how much? How much is my budgeted CS ratio?
30%.
30%. What is the CS ratio? What is CS ratio? How would you define it?
Contribution by sales.
Yes, contribution by sales. So that means 30% of CS means if my revenue is 100, my contribution would be 30. Okay. So what I need to do is I need now to calculate my standard contribution per unit.
Okay.
Okay. So am I given any other figures relating to that where I can calculate my contribution per unit? Any other? Now I'm given the CS ratio. Am I given any other figures that is related to any standards or budget? Am I given anything? See the question. See the question.
Planned units into planned price could give.
Okay, I'm given the planned unit, the unit price. Okay, and I'm given the CS ratio. Okay, now what I want? What do I want? I want contribution per one unit. Okay, but I'm told my contribution to sales ratio is 30%.
Yeah.
Right. So that means if my selling price is 100, my contribution should be 30. Got it? I'm giving you a hint. You should pick the other figure now.
Okay.
Okay. If my selling price is 100, my contribution should be 30. Now I need contribution per unit. Okay. From the selling price, can you determine the contribution? Now I'm given the unit price, which is 300. From that, can you calculate the contribution?
Is it 90?
Exactly, 90. So my contribution is 90. So I got my sales variance in units and I got my standard contribution in units. So you multiply that too and you should get 1890 favorable. Clear? Is it clear, Sridhar? This is how you go.
Just a minute.
Okay. Just tell me if you have any doubts, okay? I'll just, if you have doubts, clear it at the root itself. Don't carry them forward. Is it fine?
Yeah, it's okay now.
It's okay. Okay, guys, I'll give you another question and we'll see how we can proceed from here. Okay, here you go. This is also a bit, you need to think, okay? Think. I'll give you 5 minutes. Okay, both sides. Time is up. What you got for A? Hello? Sridhar, what you got for A? Yeah.
Adverse.
Adverse, how much?
367, 200.
367 to that's a big that's a big figure. Sridhar, how much you got?
I couldn't do it.
Sridhar, how much was you can do it? Okay. Okay, now tell me how should I calculate the price variance? Just tell me the steps. Just tell me the steps, no need to give me the figure. Just tell me the steps. Sridhar, what should be the steps?
I should take budgeted.
Budgeted.
Budgeted sales.
No. What I'm going to check here, you are going to check price variance. You are going to check if my actual sales units were sold in the budgeted selling price, that expected revenue, and my actual sales revenue, the difference. Calculate and tell me now, since I give you now. What is my units? What is my standard selling price? And what is my actual selling price? And what are the revenues? Expected revenue and actual revenue.
For 20,000.
For 20,000. That is what my. That is my. Are you talking about the variance or is it the revenue?
84,000.
That is what?
That's the actual revenue.
That is the actual revenue. Okay, what is my expected revenue?
420,000.
420,000. How did you get it?
3,000 into 140.
Why are you taking 3,000?
That was the planned units to be sold.
That was planned units. But here in the first one, are we to compare the planned units or is it the actual units? What do you think? Said, what do you think? In the first one, are we to compare the planned units or is it the actual units?
The actual units.
It should be the actual units, Sridhar.
Okay.
Okay, because in price variance, what you are going to do is you are going to calculate your expected revenue. That is your sales in units. If you multiply it by the expected or the standard selling price, that would be your expected revenue, right? For the actual amount. Okay.
Yeah.
You compare that one with your actual revenue. So what is my actual unit? What is my actual unit?
3,200.
3,200. So what is my expected selling price or my standard selling price? How much is it?
140.
140. So what is my expected revenue for the actual sales? Sales in units.
448,000.
448,000. But how much I earned actually?
384,000.
384,000. So that would give me a price
64,000 variance.
Adverse or favorable? Should be
Adverse.
it should be adverse, right? Because I am expected to earn 448,000, but I actually got 384. So
Yeah.
price variance should be 64,000 adverse. Side, are you clear with it? Any questions regarding that? How?
Yeah.
You're fine. Okay. Okay. Then sales volume contribution is I am going to check if my contribution, sorry, my actual sales, if I sell it, if I'm to earn it at my standard contribution, what would be the difference? Okay. So are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now tell me here, what is my sales volume variance in units? What is my sales volume variance in units?
$200.
Yes, 200. That is my budgeted sales is 3,000 and my actual sales is 3,200. That means I have sold more than was expected. So that's a favorable. Okay. Now to arrive at the sales volume contribution in dollar terms, 200. I should multiply it by what? By what? Contribution?
Do we take the actual contribution margin here?
No. Now don't get it wrong. When you're doing variances, it should always be you're going to multiply it by always the actual, so the standard ones.
Okay.
Remember that variance are multiplied based on the standard. So I got my sales volume variance in units. And now I need to calculate my sales volume contribution. Okay. So what do I need to calculate now? What do I need to calculate now? I got my sales volume
per unit.
contribution per unit. Is it actual or standard? Is it actual or standard side?
Standard.
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 Shreya, you agree? Yeah. Shreya, do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So, to calculate my standard contribution, okay, tell me what is my standard contribution from the figures given. Tell me what is my standard contribution.
84 per unit.
84 per unit. Shreya, is it the same answer you got?
Yep.
Yeah. It is $84 per unit. So, that is my standard contribution per unit. So, my sales volume variance was 200, favorable. So, if I multiply that by 84, I should get the sales volume contribution of 16,800, favorable. Clear?
Okay.
Is that clear? Okay. So, here is the answer. So, that is how you calculate it. So remember, Shreya, when you're doing these kind of calculations, it should always be based on the standard rate, standard. If you're taking material, it should be the standard price, standard usage, and if you deduct labor, it should be the standard labor hour and the standard rate. Likewise.
All right.
Okay. Okay, guys, there are some more questions. I'm not going to do it. I want you guys to do it. See, okay, these are the questions. I'll upload this to the Dropbox. Just do the question. Were you guys able to do or go through the slides or do the questions? Any of you were you able to do it? Share the slide. Were you able to?
I checked
No.
yesterday. Today I didn't.
Yeah, you did you do the questions? I mean, did you repeat the questions we did in the class?
No.
No, do it, Shreya, because otherwise you are not going to get the understanding. My advice is you after these questions what we did, you do it on your own and see. Because otherwise
I should try.
Yeah, because it's I mean, unless you do questions, you are not going to pass this exam. I can guarantee you. Okay?
Yeah.
Because it's all about practice.
Yep.
Okay, Sai, you got it? Got my message?
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to stop now, but I need to show you there will be a slight adjustment in your sessions. Okay, now we are here. Now I have covered up to this point variance analysis. Okay, so we are supposed to have a class on tomorrow as well, but I won't be able to do it. So we are going to cancel it. So you will have classes on the 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. Okay, just remember that. So there will be no class tomorrow. Okay, remember that. So we'll have the sessions on 26th. That is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right? Just note it down. Okay. So in my absence, Anju will be taking over for Wednesday, 25th. Okay. So she would be covering this part C, probably during the day itself. So you go through these sessions. So you go through, if you have any material, you go through this, the budget preparation and flexible budget. So other things I will manage it. And if you require, we can have some additional classes and we can do some more questions. If you, I mean, after we complete the syllabus, if you are willing to, we can do some additional questions as well, but depends on your requirement. Okay, so any questions regarding this, guys? The timetable?
So do we have class tomorrow?
No, we don't have classes tomorrow. That is, now don't get confused. Okay, now here I have put 25th, but 25th we don't have. That is what I told you. Because unfortunately I can't take on the class tomorrow because of my work. So tomorrow the class is cancelled. Okay. So we are having on the 26th. No class tomorrow, but we are having it on the 26th, 27th, 28th, and the 29th. Okay, clear?
All right. Sunday.
Okay, but so that is what because we are given for 10 sessions, but if you want, if it's necessary and if you require, we can do some additional classes. So we can do some more questions if you want. If it depends on your, if you require. If you tell us, we will do it. That's fine. That's no problem for me.
Well, will we be doing practice quizzes before the main exam?
These are practice quizzes, Shweta. What I've been teaching so far are all exam standard questions. That is why I told you. That is why I give you time also. You understand?
Okay.
Because you should be in that. You should be under that exam time pressure to do it. So that is why I've been telling you. You do the question, time it and do it. Okay. So what I told you was, if you really require, we can do one day. That means 2 hours. We can do questions, total questions, which will cover all A, B, C, D parts. That is after the 29th. I mean, okay. After 29th, after we cover the syllabus. That depends on your requirement. If you really want. But I think I think it could do you no harm at all if I do one extra class.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, tomorrow no classes, and we'll be Anju would be taking over on the 26th. 26th I'll be not there, so don't get scared if you hear Anju's voice. I'll be not there. So 26th she'll be taking over. But the other days, 27, 28, 29, I'll be there. Right?
Okay.
Clear? Side, clear?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, guys. So do the questions and go through the slides. Okay. I'll be uploading it to Dropbox. Say in another hour or so, I'll be uploading. Okay, guys. So I'll meet you on the 26th, and a very good night. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.